Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Acoustic Silk Show. We are here with a very, very special guest. You may have heard her from her songs that we have uploaded, TBH, the Agnes Water Alvo Romati mix, and some of her other songs that you may have heard on her SoundCloud like Bombay and Valley and all those bangers. I'd like to welcome Jamie Rose to the Acoustic Silk Show. Jamie,
Hey,
how you doing, Jamie?
good. How you doing?
I'm good. So first, I would like for you to start off with a little bit about yourself for the maybe like one or two Acoustic Silk supporters who don't know who you are.
One or two what? Sorry, you cut out for a bit.
Oh, the one or two. There's only probably like one or two Acoustic Silk supporters that don't know who you are. So if you could just like
Okay,
say a
cool.
little bit about yourself.
hmm Sure. I am a singer-songwriter, so I write all of my own songs. I'm also a ghostwriter, so I write for other people.
Uh-oh.
I started off playing guitar when I was like 14, and my dad handed me his guitar, and I was kind of a learner at school. Not kind of, I was a big learner at school, so that kind of filled in all of my time. And I was pretty weird at school, but I thought I was pretty cool because I did a lot of things that other people couldn't.
Uh-huh.
And then from there, I don't know, left school. I didn't really have a uni degree or anything. Like I didn't really go into anything. And so one day I just kind of decided I'm gonna go to Canada to like further my career. And then in Canada, I met like some incredible people. Like I've got like a really cool team there who have been supporting me in the biggest way possible. Who I never thought like that I'd have, and who actually helped me create Bombay, which is like this song's like gone crazy. Everyone like really vibes with it big time. And
Absolutely.
I just got back from Canada, and I'm just trying to expand here. So that's me in a
Okay.
nutshell.
Awesome. So you said a lot there that we're gonna have to unpack here slowly. So you said just got back. I don't know if you mentioned it, but where is home for you right now?
Home is Brisbane, Australia, for
Okay.
me right now.
And you've
Yeah.
lived there all of your life, pretty much.
Um, yeah, kind of country girl actually. Like grew up inland a little bit in Toowoomba. But yeah, now I live on the coast.
Okay. And is there not as many music opportunities there? Is that why you wanted to go to Canada?
Yeah. People don't necessarily take it seriously, like 100% here.
Uh huh.
So, yeah. I mean, Canada is like above the States, which obviously is crazy for big opportunities like
Yes.
LA and New York and everything like that. So,
Yes.
yeah.
So what
Hmm.
made you decide to go to Canada as opposed to the States? Or
Um, it's just easier for visa, I think.
okay, yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to go for some random reason as well.
Hmm.
Just like been calling me.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
So how did you connect with your team that you have there? Like, how did you start networking with those type of people and rubbing your shoulders with those people to help you out?
Yeah, okay. So I was actually working at a cafe, and funnily enough, all of the staff there are either like actors, singers, or like artists, like drawers or
Right.
painters.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just met the team there. So there's a group called Santa Calima, and I met them through a girl called Sarah, and they're just producers that I work with. They're really cool. And then Malik, who is one of the producers that I work with, who I did my Hands Off EP with,
Oh
I
yeah.
met through a singer there as well called Madeline Duke. So yeah, it's kind of like through that kind of expanded everything.
Okay.
Hmm.
So so how would you have done it if you didn't meet those people through the cafe you worked at? Like just speaking for people that
Yeah.
have dreams of like moving someplace else and it doesn't happen for
Mm.
them that way. If they're having a hard time finding people to work with, what would you
Yeah,
have
well,
said?
the biggest thing I've learned is that a lot of people kind of get scared of messaging people online.
Hmm.
And I think that's obviously, like, the internet is so good for us right now. Like, it's insane what we're capable of doing and who we're capable of getting into contact with. So I would say, be in the city that you want to be connecting with people in, and then hit people up either on Instagram and be like, hey, I'm in this city. Um, I really love to work, or like, here's a sample of what I can do. And then you can literally meet them as opposed to like being across the world, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's really important, just like meeting people face to face. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you hit on a big one right there. Is just the access we have to people now.
Mm.
Um, even like big time celebrities. Like I follow P Diddy, and his DMs are
Mm.
open. His aren't closed off. So I mean,
Yeah,
he may not read it, but if you try enough times, I'm sure somebody on his team will read whatever you're saying.
it's so true. It's so true. So many times people are like, "Nah, I won't message that person because they probably won't reply."
Yeah,
But it's like, just do it. Like, just message them,
yeah,
because like there's always a percentage that of chance that they will. So
and
yeah,
you won't get any place great without doing something uncomfortable. So
exactly. We've always got to push ourselves and be uncomfortable and be acceptable to change.
for
Yeah.
sure. So do you still use those tactics today?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, SoundCloud and Instagram are my biggest ways of connecting with people.
Hmm.
And I don't know, it's so easy. Like, it's pretty cool, like, talking to somebody on the other side.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like, um, yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So how often do you go back and forth between uh, Canada? You said Vancouver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How often do you go back and forth between Australia and Vancouver?
Okay, so I was in Vancouver for about 2 years. And then I've come back here. So the plan is to go back there halfway this year. So I kind of want to visit at least every 6 months,
Okay.
and then bring that down to like 3 months. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
So is that do you do all your recording while you're there, or do you just or like
It's
how
more
does
to
it
do with
typically work?
networking.
Okay.
Um, yeah, that's the main reason I would go and be there is for shows,
Okay.
actually, because that's really good to do it with like the team that I have or the artists that I work with. Um, uh, yeah, I find it's just easier to connect and like expand from already having so many people that I work with in the same city.
Hmm.
Yeah, I find that really easy.
Okay.
Mm.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So how did you feel like how did you feel like it was growing up in Australia? Just total
Um,
non musical question.
no music. Okay. Um, well, I think I should probably say it from a point of view of being overseas, that
Hmm.
looking back on it,
Right.
people are just like not people, just like a majority of people are very close-minded and are all about like get your missus or get your boyfriend, your husband, like buy a house, have a good job. And like
In
that's the
Australia?
yeah, yeah, like
Oh
that's kind of
wow.
the standard. So it's
And that
like,
sounds like America.
yeah, it's like your dreams can be like shattered real quick. Like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, saying like, "Oh, what do you do?" And it's like, I like ghostwrite for people and I am a musician." And then they're like, "Yeah, but what do you really want to do?" And it's kind of like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's just horrible to kind of grow up there. Yeah, I mean, music is my life, so I can't really talk about anything else, to be honest. Like,
See,
that's like the whole grind.
well, that's interesting you say that because I thought Australia was going to be a lot more like free and like I don't know. I guess that's like a movie like presentation of it. Um,
Yeah.
and like
Movie
people
for
like surf all the
yeah.
time and I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's true. Like, you go camping all the time. I remember getting up at like stupid o'clock, like 4 o'clock in the morning, going surfing.
Uh-huh.
You can like sleep on the beach. It's like very islander feels. Like, no one's really in a rush, but at the same time, It's just kind of like that's it. Like no one has like these big ambitions or like, well, not no one, obviously. I'm just speaking on behalf of like the majority. People are just like people are comfortable, I think. Yeah.
So
I don't like it.
how do you feel like that comes across in your music? Do you feel like that has a big influence on your music?
Um, yeah, like a lot of my music. Well, okay, so I put out that song Agnes Water. That was my first song that I put out, and it was totally like produced by myself on my phone. I recorded it through like my Apple headphones.
Oh,
Like,
you produced that?
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
wow.
yeah. So it was very like a very like low quality kind of thing that I did, but it was totally about just feeling like free and going to the beach and just hanging out. And so it was kind of like a chill song. Um, but then like coming back to reality, it's like, okay, well, you've got to make money and all of this kind of, you know, normal people stuff going on.
Right.
So yeah, that was my first song, and I kind of feel like Australia had a big influence on that. But then when I wrote the EP, it kind of sounds way different, and you can't even tell my accent like in the middle either. It's pretty weird.
I can't hear it at all. I hear it now. I mean, it's not crazy strong.
Yeah.
But no, I can't hear it at all through your music.
Yeah. Which I kind of like because it doesn't close me off to just Australian hip hop or Australian, I don't know, music that kind of gets cut back a lot, which is really disappointing because a lot of amazing musicians are in Australia and they don't really get to make that break to the US or Canada.
Right.
Just because of their voice. Yeah, and their accent.
Yeah. But hopefully the internet is changing that because
yeah, I'm really excited for it.
yeah, because now there's well, I think they're going to become new gatekeepers, but the gatekeepers of like record labels are like changing and you don't need them to distribute your music to like people to hear on the radio and stuff.
Yeah.
There's just so many other opportunities and avenues for people to get heard and their music to be heard.
Definitely, yeah.
So that's awesome. So you mentioned Agnes Water. What are some of your other favorite songs that you've created?
Oh, that's
Uh,
so hard.
I'm sure that one's got a
Um,
special place in your heart. I mean, that was your first song
yeah,
that you put
always.
out.
I love that song so much, and it didn't really have. I like kind of put it up on SoundCloud, and it's gotten like the biggest like totally organic without any like sponsored posts or anything. Totally organic like likes and reposts, and I get messages like every week of people remixing it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's really fun. It's really cool. But my other one would probably be Hands Off.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I love that song so much.
that's crazy.
It
That's
was, yeah.
oh, go ahead.
Do you like that one?
I was well. I have a list here of my favorite ones. Yeah, that's my favorite song of yours
Really?
by far. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's crazy because I worked with Malachi Motion on that one,
Uh huh.
and it was probably like one of my lowest points while traveling, where I was just kind of like feeling, I don't know, almost angry. I don't get angry that often, but
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, it was kind of like that feeling. The original version, like the demo was like very emotional. I actually did it like I downloaded like a YouTube beat and then just like did it over that. And it was totally different to what is out now. But yeah, that was like a really emotional song that Malachi Motion kind of put his spin on and made kind of like poppy and indie R&B, I guess, is what we're kind of like going for.
It's a
So.
masterpiece. It's really good.
Thank you. Yeah, I couldn't have done it without him. He makes me a rock star.
Okay. So we're gonna talk a little bit about him in a little bit. But
Cool.
what's your process for like creating these songs? Like,
Hmm. Um,
if there is
it's
one.
always yeah, it's always different. Sometimes I get a vibe off a beat that I'm sent. With the Hands Off EP, it was actually like Malik and I sitting down and going through. I don't know. We kind of like worked on production together. Like, what kind of vibe are we going for? And then he would do his thing, create a beat in like 10 minutes. It's insane. And then I'd start writing to it. Sometimes I rap to it before I put melody on it. Other times I just kind of sing a melody and then add lyrics afterwards. Sometimes the lyrics and melody come at the same time. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. My brain just kind of does its thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Dang. But you don't have too many rap records though.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay. Okay. Not
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah. I realized that I don't sound too bad doing it, so I kind of gave it a go. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I'm in the middle of finishing an EP with Madeline Duke. And that's kind of rap, songwriter, singing as well.
Uh-huh.
And then yeah, I connected with a Sydney rapper, Chloe Diamond, and she's a rapper. And then I kind of gave it a go as well. It's strange because it's like rapping, but it's also not. It's like kind of like Janae Aiko. You know how she kind of does her thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but a little more. I don't know, aggressive. Like, yeah, she's sweet.
So when's that coming out, if you know yet?
So this new track with Chloe Diamond, FTD, is probably gonna come out April, and that one's a banger. That one's like, yeah, it's good. It's a lit track. But the EP with Madeline, I don't know. We're still working on it, to be honest. So I have
Okay.
no idea.
But the track with Chloe, it's already done and y'all just waiting on it?
Pretty much, yeah. Where I
Y'all trying to tantalize
we,
us or something?
no, we decided to do a music video for it.
Okay,
So
okay.
we're just in the process of organizing that. She's booked a ticket up from Sydney to Australia, to Australia to Brisbane, and we're gonna film that like first week of Feb. So very soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's gonna film it? You guys together or you
No,
got somebody?
so yeah, we found somebody and we snatched him up before he goes back to America. His name's Sean B. Tista, so yeah, that's really cool. Haven't met him yet, but we will soon.
He's doing the whole music video.
Yeah, yeah, everything.
That's gonna be awesome. And
I
how
know.
did you meet him?
Um, so it's kind of like a big like web of people. So I worked with this dude called Trey Good, and he um did a video with him. So he's a rapper, and the dude like recorded him, and then I was like, "That's dope," and I hit him up. So that's kind of how that went down.
Okay.
Instagram is so good for that.
Instagram is amazing. It's amazing.
Honestly,
So much business is done on Instagram.
it's unreal.
Actually, I don't really do too much business on Instagram, but I know a lot of people do. I do
I
a lot of
do.
business on email and SoundCloud message.
Definitely, yeah,
That one's
that's the thing.
huge.
Yep. It's
Okay.
insane.
So you've got a good group of people that you work with currently and
Hmm.
that you're in the process of working with. Is there
Yeah.
anybody else that you really want to work with?
Oh, yeah, like so many people.
Like on SoundCloud, they could be like small, big, or even like super
Yeah, I
famous
mean,
people.
yeah, there's just like so many people, incredible people that I wish I could work with them all, but I'm like, I'm already like behind on a lot of things just because I've got so many like tracks I'm working on with people.
Hmm.
People who I'd love to work with. I mean, I'm working with one of my biggest fans, which is Madeline Duke. She's incredible.
Uh-huh.
She's under the same management as Post Malone, so that's really exciting. She's like hip hop and trap and but like pop and like eerie. It's pretty cool. So,
Madeline Duke.
mm.
Have you
Hmm.
done a record with her already?
No, not yet.
I
But
feel like I've seen her
that's
name
the EP
before.
yeah, we're like pretty good friends. Like I went and visited her in LA, and um yeah, that's she was one of the girls that I worked at the cafe in Vancouver. So that's
Uh-huh.
how I met Malik. Hmm.
Is she on SoundCloud? She's got to be, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah. She has a pretty cool video out for Hit List on YouTube with Trinidad James.
Wait, she has a record with Trinidad James?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I feel like I've heard this name before. I'm sorry, I'm taking interview time to research Madeline Duke.
No, dude, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, that's why I'm spelling it wrong.
Mada. Okay, is it Madalen?
Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she's been on Trap Nation.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I'm so lucky to work with her. It's really cool how that happened.
Okay, and you worked with her at the coffee shop
Yeah, I did. Yeah, when I
in
first moved
Vancouver.
to Cuba. Yeah.
Okay, wow. She's doing her
Yeah.
thing. So where does she live now?
She lives in LA now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Cool. So are your hopes and dreams to eventually come to the US to work on music, or do you care where you live, or you just want to travel the world
Right
and
now,
find
I'm pretty.
inspiration?
Yeah, like I'm pretty chill being here. Like I just bought like a bunch of equipment like here.
Yeah, show us what you got.
Nice.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah, Newman microphone. This little guy here.
What's that?
Prodigy duet interface. Which just is kind of like the goes from like the mic into the computer when I record. So spent quite a bit of money just like on that so that I can work from home and then send to whoever in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't really matter right now, but like when it comes to like videos and music video and yeah, I mean, I'd love to go to LA. I'd love to be in there, like just the people you can meet there, and everyone's like on the grind. And so many people say that like a lot of people in LA are like snobby or kind of just don't want to talk to you, but I get it because they're there for a reason, and they're like the people they want to meet are the people who they want to meet to further them in what they're doing in their career.
Right.
So it's kind of like people are always going to be like just on it, doing them.
You're exactly right. But you get to rub shoulders with a lot of other creatives and musicians and stuff of that nature. So it's great for that. It's great for, acting, music, whatever creative direction you want to go in.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's cool. And what would you consider your career to be a success? Like how would you define that for yourself? Would it be like, you going on tour and like selling 1 million records, or would it be, as small as just you being able to make ends meet making music every day? Or somewhere in between?
Well, obviously the goal you gotta dream big, right? So
Yeah.
I have so many artists like big time that I'd love to work with. So I'd love to go on tour, obviously, first and foremost. That's the like next goal. I'm doing shows, but they're not like, that big.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to, completely like earn money from music 100%. The dream is big, so I'd love to just be working with people. I love like Kaylani, I love Janae Aiko, I love so many artists and from different like genres as well. Like I just love to meet people. I love people and people person. So yeah, kind of wherever it takes me to. Like I'm all for change and I'm all for like flowing in the right direction as opposed to just like sticking to one thing. Yeah.
Okay. And I forgot to ask you earlier, how long have you been doing music?
It's kind of been the dream since I can remember, but officially starting was when I was like 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how old you are now, so
I'm 22.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
8 years. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
8 years. Yeah. That's crazy. So yeah, a lot of people, I guess when someone first gets famous on the scene, they feel like they've made it overnight, essentially. But that is never the case. Like you've been doing music for 8 years, and then if you were to suddenly like, become super famous tomorrow, people would think that you just did it overnight. That's not the case. It takes a lot of hard work day in and day out, getting better and better every single day.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely true. If I couldn't sleep, if there was like a drug or like some pill that could make you not sleep and not have bad side effects, I would take it because there's never enough time in the day.
Oh man. I can see that. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, same
So,
with that time difference as well. Like, yeah, I'll be up and then the people I want to talk to about like certain projects will be asleep, and then I'll be at work when they wake up, and it's just like it's all
oh
over the
man,
place.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, because are you guys in the furthest east time zone there is?
I
Like,
guess so. It's like 18 hours
or
difference,
is New Zealand?
possibly.
Because New Zealand is east of you,
It's
right?
yeah, I guess so. I don't really know much about that.
Oh, okay.
Uh, I just use my iPhone country app thing to tell me.
To tell you time zones?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
hmm
I wish there was like an easy way to like plan stuff, like on a calendar or something. We have one that I use for my like my actual work that I do that like pays the bills. Um,
Oh, cool.
it's just Microsoft Outlook, but it works.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
it works
I
really
mean,
well
that's
for
good.
stuff like that. Because in my
hmm
industry, we work with people all over the globe too.
Yeah.
Not in Australia, but in like Europe and stuff, and like India.
Yeah.
So we have to like manage
hmm
the time zone difference all the time. But when I come home
Yeah.
and use like Google Calendar or whatever, it's not the same.
No, it wouldn't be.
Or maybe I just haven't investigated it enough.
Hmm. Yeah, that'd be good. Like an app though to do that. Maybe someone should invent it or something. That'd be
Yeah,
real good. Like your all your appointments like straight on your phone.
right,
Yeah,
right,
that'd be so the perfect time zones.
exactly.
mm.
So who knows? Coming soon, maybe. Acoustic Silk.
the it's the next big move. It's the
Exactly.
money maker.
Um. So, what did your parents think about this? Were your parents musicians also, or did they think you were crazy for trying to be a musician?
Um, no, to be honest, they supported me from the beginning. I feel like there was a period where they were like, you should be good in school. And my mom's a teacher, so she's always like trying to get me good grades.
Uh
But
huh.
my sister kind of outshunned me with the academics.
Yeah.
Like she's always like the A plus student. And I was just, yeah. I mean, yeah, my parents just believe like if you have a talent or a skill or a gift, like go for it. Because I don't know, like there's no point in going through life and not fulfilling your desires,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. So yeah, yeah, they have completely 100% supported me for sure.
Okay. And they still support you to this day, I'm assuming, and you like moving across the world and all that stuff.
Yeah, I thought my mom would actually be a little like, "Are you sure you want to do that?" But I told her, and she's like, "Okay, cool." And I was like, "Okay, cool." Like, yeah, she's pretty down with it. Um, maybe not so much the like content of my lyrics.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, I can't show my friends that one." And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, mom." Like, um, she's like, "You should do more acoustic ones." And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." But yeah, no, she says even if I don't like the like lyrics that you're talking about or whatever, she's always gonna be like 100% there for me and
Uh-huh.
support it no matter what.
Uh-huh. That's
Even if she
awesome.
can't like show her friends.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm so lucky in that way. Way blessed. Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's cool.
So, a lot of people, have to do the like the thing where they like go wait tables or whatever, like 2, 3 shifts
Mm,
to kind of make ends meet, do what they got
yeah.
to do to kind of make ends meet. Do you have any tips for those people? Maybe you can share
hmm
how you kind of get by and like are able to like, pay for your equipment and stuff while you're still like on the grind hustling. Because I know a lot of our supporters are kind of in that situation themselves and definitely
hmm
could use some like tips in that area.
Definitely. Well, obviously, like the passion's there, and it's like also not having a degree in anything.
Uh huh.
I'm just kind of like, well, I literally don't have anything if I don't go for it.
Uh huh.
um, yeah, I mean, I get up at like 4 o'clock every morning, and I work at a cafe so that I can finish earlier.
Uh-huh.
Um, 2 p.m. Um, but yeah, I mean, the way to get me through it is like I've got a good support group first and foremost, who are always like, where's this, where's that, can you do this for me, let's work on this song, like all the time. So that kind of like keeps me going as well.
Mm-hmm.
And also I like watch a lot of um Instagram videos, and like people, like I follow a lot of people, I support so many people as well
Mm-hmm.
in what they're doing, like and just seeing them like grind and hustle every day, kind of just like, it's a cycle. Like you see them doing it, so I'll do it, and somebody will see me doing it, so that like kind of inspires them to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like seeing other people fulfill their dreams and like hit that checkpoint. And also myself, like I don't know, Bombay is going really well. It hit like 30,000 plays on Spotify, and the team in Vancouver hit me up like yesterday, like, "Yo, did you see this? Like, you're already at this many plays and streams or whatever," and that kind of keeps me going too. Just seeing like all these little mini goals meet,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it feels really good to accomplish goals that I've set for myself. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great.
Mm.
So yeah, so it seems like you get a lot of I guess energy. It's important to like kind of like
Mm.
notice your successes and where you're really doing well, and kind of
Yeah.
value them and cherish them, especially
Hmm.
because sooner or later you're going to be like beating those with more and more milestones. So
Hmm. Yeah.
you got to
Yeah. And
remember the
also
early
like,
ones.
yeah, definitely like bringing it back to basics, just like thinking where you all start, like where you started. Like I remember sitting at my music account, like my email, and just like waiting, and I had like 3 emails in there, and I was like really excited. And now
Hmm.
I've just got like way too many, and I get like frustrated because I can't like read them all. But I'm like, hey, remember when you had like 3 emails and
Uh-huh.
you were like waiting on these? So yeah, it's good to just like remember where you came from, in everything,
That's
definitely.
true. That's so true.
Mm.
Yeah, eventually it's going to change.
Mm.
Um, so speaking of Bombay, that's your biggest record to date. What were your
Hmm.
initial plans for that? Did you see it getting that big, or was that a surprise to you? Did you think that was your, I guess, most popular song ever that you would have created to this point?
It was actually a really simple, easy song. It didn't take much effort. I think the reason it's been so successful is because it just flows properly.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I have this screenshot of a message I was talking to the producers in Vancouver about,
Mm-hmm.
and just before we released it, I was like, I don't want to half-ass this track like I did with the Hands Off EP. I literally just want to go full in, like all the way, and we hardly spent any money on it at all in terms of like promotion and that. It was more just like us emailing a bunch of people. Um, I got a couple of pole dancers to do their thing, like pole fitness people, and that kind of like expanded it. And I just like went full on. Like I just like thought of everything that I could do, creative thing that I could do, in order to push it forward and get it out to as many people as possible. And then yeah, it just kind of yeah, I went from there. Like I'm still surprised about the amount of streams it got. Like I was not expecting that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was expecting a lot because my goals were there, but also like not. I get surprised every day, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's still moving, right? It's still growing.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah.
that's the great thing about the internet. It'll be there forever. It'll continue to grow and
No,
grow.
it can. That's the thing. It can only like go up, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, which is so cool because it's easy to get like discouraged, and you're like, oh, I only did this, but it's kind of like there's so much potential there. You just got to make the right moves, and really be creative in how you put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what was that thing about the pole dancers you said? I don't know. I don't know
Okay,
if I
so
saw that.
yeah, okay, so I hit a bunch of people up. I just like went into Instagram, searched up the hashtags like pole fitness, pole dancing, because it's kind of like um a a song about like female empowerment, like being strong in who you are kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, it'd be so sick. Like I could see this playing in like the clubs and stuff like that. So I hit these people up, and everyone was so down for it. And I was like, if you just use it in your next class, or like send me a vid and I'll post it on my page, help you get some exposure, and same in return, then that would be awesome. And yeah, that's how that went. So yeah,
Genius.
and people are so strong. Like the things that they do is just insane. Like
Yes.
I can hardly get up in the morning sometimes, or like walk up 20 stairs. I was like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, and they just hold
Yeah,
them there like perpendicular to the pole or something. Yeah.
I know. It's like
They're
how you,
crazy.
yeah, how you doing that? So impressed. Yeah.
So is that a strategy you're going to use in the future for other songs? Especially maybe the
Um.
more like slow, sexy songs. Not
Yeah.
necessarily
Yeah.
pole dancers, but you know, getting
Yeah.
in Instagram
Well, from
videos.
that, yeah, yeah. From that, a lot of people hit me up and were like, "Can I use this for just a hip hop like for my hip hop class?" Another girl used it on her makeup artist page of doing a makeup
I
tutorial,
saw that.
and
Yeah.
like that was insane. I was like, "Okay, yeah, of course you can." And then it went ridiculously crazy. So yeah, I mean, there's all different ways. You've just got to like kind of think outside the box. I don't know if I would use like girls doing pole dancing again. Like, I mean, that was really cool, but um, yeah, I just kind of like to treat every song individually, and work with the vibe that they're going off.
Hmm.
Mm.
Amazing. That's actually a really good tactic that I think a lot more artists need to use. Like be proactive. I mean, that's free. All it
Mm.
takes is your time and hustle to DM people and say, "Hey, you can use my
Yeah,
song for free." And then
yeah.
look what it was able to help you do for that one record.
Hmm.
So,
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. As
um,
long as it like I love working with people, and if it seems like a mutual beneficial kind of act, then like go for it. Yeah,
right,
definitely. Because not a lot of people like to do things for free.
right,
Um in nothing really. Like time is precious. Like that's why you pay for time. So, but when it's like to do with exposure and it's on both parts, it goes well.
yeah. You have to use what you can
Mm.
trade. If you don't have a lot of money, then you use what you
Mm.
have. I mean, you've got music, so
Yeah,
um,
exactly.
and
Yeah.
so that's awesome. That's a great strategy. I think a lot more artists should use for sure.
Mm, mm.
Um, Let me see. I've got a few more questions here. So, in that same vein of strategies,
Hmm.
what kind of words of wisdom would you offer to like the up and coming artists? Maybe they've only got like 10 followers on SoundCloud. They've been
Hmm.
pumping out music and their subscriber growth doesn't seem to be happening.
Hmm.
And they're just kind of getting
Th
frustrated. Or maybe there's that one
yeah.
person who doesn't even, is afraid to put their music out on SoundCloud or Facebook or wherever. What would you say to that person?
Um, I don't know, straight up, like we've all been there. Like everyone who's like in my position, like a better position, more followers, more love for their tracks and things, they've all been at that stage. Right at the beginning, like putting that first track out. In regards to like getting love from people, like shares, comments, etc. You can't get love if you don't give it. So
Mm,
straight up, like if you go on like SoundCloud, you check out a bunch of artists. You go like their songs, like if you obviously like actually like it. I don't know, comment something meaningful, like show love,
yeah,
like
don't go spamming.
repost their song. No, don't go spamming at all. No, just like you can't expect people to like bring traffic to your track or to your, I don't know, your Instagram. Even if you're doing just art, if you're like modeling or anything, you can't just expect to like put something up and have people go crazy over it. You need to connect with people, and that's what I think the internet's great for. Is it has a downfall though, which is connecting with people properly. It's so easy to get like turns wrong, or like you send something out and you like listen to my track. It's like there's no real meaning behind that, as opposed to if you were in real life and you're like, yo, would you be down to listen to my track?
Hmm.
It sounds so different. And yeah, I just think that you can't expect, yeah, your content to get any love if you don't make the connections and network with people in the first place. Yeah. Um, yeah, that's basically it. I don't really I mean, I'm still trying to figure it out too, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you've done a lot of things right. I mean, you've got over 1,000 followers on SoundCloud, um,
Mm,
and you know you're obviously doing a lot of things right. You got a lot of plays on Spotify. You have a
it's
lot of
so exciting.
connections in the industry.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing a lot of things right. So there,
Yeah, I think that's my biggest thing though is that I just connect with people. I love to. I mean, I'm doing music because I love music, so I'm not gonna just listen to my own stuff. You know, I need to go and find other people's music too. So
mhm.
I'll take the time out of my day to just listen to what people have got, and I'll, it's just it feels good when you give love. You leave a comment on something, they're bound to like get back to you and be like, "Yo, thank you so much." Like it's nice, and I I can't constantly like tell myself not to lose sight of that because I don't want to get a big head.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta always like yeah be thankful and grateful for sure.
For sure. Wow, that's great.
Mm.
That is great. Um, so just wrapping up here. Earlier, you mentioned that you go to Vancouver, you do a lot of shows. You probably do some shows in
Hmm.
Australia too, as well, right?
Yeah, yeah, a
So how do you
couple, and I've
go?
got one.
You said you got one coming up.
Yeah,
Okay, where's that so we can tell people?
that's a good question. I mean, I know it's going down. I just don't know where it's at. Hold up. um, awesome. It is at. Where is that? What is that? Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Um, it's actually a release kind of or launch show that I'm doing with a Brisbane rapper called Triggs. We
Hmm.
did this song called Time Machine,
Hmm.
and that's going down. Okay, here. Where is it? Uh, why is it so difficult to find the venue?
All right. So while you're looking for
Oh, the
that,
Milk Factory. The Milk Factory
oh,
in
okay.
in the valley in Fortitude Valley. It's where all the clubs are banging
Oh,
in
okay.
Brisbane.
All
Yeah.
right. Awesome. And so my question for you there was, how do you go about finding shows to perform at, booking shows, etc.? Because I know a lot of artists have a really hard time with that because promoters are always like, no, you got to have so many SoundCloud followers to even perform here,
Mm,
or they say, no, we
yeah.
don't want anybody, or you know how it
Hmm.
is, I'm sure. Um,
Yeah.
how do people go about booking shows?
I've been pretty lucky actually. Most of the people I've performed with, like at shows, I'm either like an opener, or I'm a part of the set, and they've organized it. So it's kind of good and bad. Like I haven't really um, gone through the process of it myself,
Mm-hmm.
but I have been a part of it. So kind of like if you do features for people and then they have a show, it's really good because then they're like, "Yo, can you do the feature? At the show that I'm going to perform."
Yeah.
So that's really good. Um, yeah, I mean, same with connecting. You've got to like connect with the venue manager or whatever, and just I think emailing is a big thing too. Kind of being like, this is what I want to do. Setting out the night. This is the times. This is yeah. I don't know. Just giving a very specific show list of what's gonna go down to
Mm-hmm.
the person. Sending them promo pics, posters, and like your songs, like links to your songs, and then going from there. Hoping and praying they say yes.
Yeah. So you touched on two things that I just want to summarize real quick there. You talked about connecting with people, as you call it. I call it
Mm,
networking. Um,
yeah.
it's so important in the industry. I mean, like you said, email, DM, that's all a form of networking. SoundCloud message,
Yeah.
whatever it is, just showing love.
Yeah.
That's all a form of networking, and you never know where those relationships might take you. It might take you to,
Mm-hmm.
end up doing an EP with that person, or they just might
Yeah.
be another friend. So you never know. And then you also
Mm.
talked about collaborations. I think that's one that artists don't take enough advantage of. Like they
Yeah.
need to be doing collaborations all the time, especially if you want to grow your SoundCloud following.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Sorry, that's like a plane going off right now.
Oh,
Yeah, 100%.
yeah,
Definitely.
it's a great way to kind of.
Yeah, yeah, like supporting and yeah, like and from that, like your fan base like falls onto their fan base, and then when they post the song, you get their followers checking you out as well. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
I would.
yeah, definitely 100% should do. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So really glad you mentioned that. Um. So, I guess my last and final question is, how do people get in touch with you if they want to like find out more about you, maybe listen to more of your songs, or maybe like send you some beats or something for you to take a listen to?
For sure. Solar Mountain Ridge actually did this cool blog about my EP.
Hmm.
So if you type in Solar Mountain Ridge and Jamie Rose, it'll come up. All of my songs are on Spotify, SoundCloud, and everything like that.
And on
YouTube,
Acoustic Silk.
and I'm
Well,
gonna Acoustic Silk. Oh yeah,
we don't
all the
have all
way.
your songs, but we have a good number of them.
Yeah, you guys, you're amazing for
Thank
putting
you.
that up there. That's really cool. You guys have been like super supportive.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
mean,
means
we
the
only
world. So
support good
that's
music. I mean, I'm just being honest. So you make good music.
Yeah, yeah,
So
you guys have some crazy, crazy stuff on your channel. I always get the updates in my email. It's very exciting.
oh, you're on the notification squad. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm biggest fan.
Wow, that's awesome.
Mhm. Mm. Mhm.
So we'll definitely be looking out for you for some music coming soon. I think you said
Cool, yeah.
April, or maybe you might be releasing some solo stuff before then. When's your
Yeah.
next? When you dropping your next joint?
Um, ooh, just so many. That's the thing, like work with so many artists and DJs, like it's kind of up to them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so definitely something soon. But like some good video content coming out, like in the next couple of weeks,
Okay.
definitely, which is gonna be fun to like check out. Yeah.
Where's that coming out on YouTube?
Instagram mostly and YouTube can come out on YouTube.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Speaking of videos, if anyone is still listening now, I'm really looking to host a music video on my channel. We have not done it yet. Um, so if
Ooh.
anyone is still listening now and is coming out with a music video, I would love to host one on the channel. Um, that's a goal for 2018. But anyway,
Yes.
so you told us, I'm gonna put all your links in the description, obviously, so
Cool.
people
Thank
can check you out there. And then I'll put,
you.
um, you said that blog,
Solar Mountain Ridge.
Solar. All right,
I'll send it to
all right.
you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna have to get that from you
Yeah.
afterwards, and I'll put that in the description as well.
Yeah. Awesome.
Um, so I think that's pretty much it. It's been great, Jamie.
Cool.
This has been awesome. You are only the second girl that has been on this channel, and actually the first girl was from
Really?
the first girl lived in Canada, so there's kind of like the
Oh,
Canada connection there.
that's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, I tend to like talk a lot. I'm
No,
just like I think it's just because I'm excited.
no, this was awesome.
Yeah.
I would love to do this again sometime if you're open to it.
Absolutely.
Maybe
Yeah.
later in 2018
For
towards
sure.
the end.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um,
Definitely. And that's cool about the video. That's a goal. That's a goal. That's gonna
it is a
happen.
goal. It is a goal. We got more goals too.
Mhm.
Maybe I'll tell you after this. Um,
Definitely.
so if you've seen this shirt, we do have a little bit of merch if you like it.
Mhm. Love.
shop.acousticsilk dot no shop.spreadshirt.com/acousticsilk. Link is in the description and down below. And
Mhm.
thank you guys for listening if you've been listening so far. Bye.
down, now you're gonna feel the pressure. Hands off, you're tripping. Say one thing, then act like I don't know that you're pretending. Hands off, you're tripping.